What's going on, guys? We're back once again, and we are finally going to be talking about the brand new Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, or AKA Beverly Hills Cop 4. Now, this was a treat. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. It was a treat. We finally get to see Eddie Murphy return as the legendary Axel Foley after so many years, and did not think we were going to be getting a fourth film. Still in shock that we even got a fourth film. I don't remember too much from the previous movies. I may have to go back and rewatch them and review those for you guys, just for clarity. But this takes place once again. He is back in Detroit. Axel is causing more chaos like he normally does, still being a street cop, and he's causing more issues for his captain. Then his captain's wanting to retire. Then he even gets information that his daughter in California is having issues with a case that she's working on because she became a lawyer. Now, what we see is between, of course, Billy and then John having to be around Jane for the majority of her life, but again, Axel and her have not been in contact for 5 years, and we see where she becomes in danger, and Axel tries to come over to help out, but at the same time, he realizes Billy is gone, and he even goes to his other friend, Taggart, but unfortunately, Taggart is now a captain, and he's almost just kind of wanting to sit behind a desk. He's not really wanting to get into the action as much as he wanted to, and he also meets, of course, many other characters and actors that are in here as well. We got Kevin Bacon, who plays as Captain Grant of another precinct. Now, again, it did not take long to realize who was going to be the villain of this story, because again, that was my main concern. I will say that was the main. They could not help themselves on revealing who the bad guy was of this movie. Now, the entirety of the movie is based around Grant working with the cartel because he's been a cop for so long, and again, he just decides to become dirty because he felt like he was owed something and he wanted to make more money. And Jane takes the client that was working with an undercover cop, and that's when they set him up for the fall. And then it just got worse to the point of, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? And that's when Axel springs into action with his daughter and learning more about her, and also her relationship with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, who apparently they did get together at one point, but she said that she cannot be with him because he was a cop because of all the issues her and her dad have. Now, again, Billy and Taggart, they take a big backseat to this film. You really don't see them that much, other than, I would say, to the last part of the film when they all come together for the big showdown. And even, I would say this, Eddie Murphy brings it again. I'm just going to say that. He brings it again. He's able to bring this character to life. He's able to just be this charismatic, badass, funny, cop hero and street cop hero, and that's what he was, and they stayed true to that, and I really feel like they did. There was a lot of Easter eggs in here. I found it very funny how in one part of the movie how he actually got arrested by his actual daughter, and then there was another part where he got arrested by his actual son-in-law, and I found that to be very funny. And what a lot of people didn't realize was that scene where he gets arrested in the, as he calls, the Lego car. That was actually his daughter that arrested him, his actual life daughter. And I'm surprised they didn't try to have her as playing his daughter in the film. But again, I guess that was either a company's decision or his decision or their decision. I don't know. But I think overall this movie still stay true to the franchise. It stayed true to what Beverly Hills Cop was. That it was a comedy, it was a drama, and it wasn't trying to take itself so seriously. It at times it did, and it went back to basics, and that's what I think movies need. Is it needs to go back to basics of having fun, having just a straight story, having comedy, having drama, good action, and good characters. And that's what they did. That's what they did with this film, and they kept it simple. And I think if Hollywood learns from this, then we could definitely do it. Now, again, they do show a lot of what goes on in Beverly Hills now. I found it to be very funny, especially, ones being like TikTokers or, carrying their dogs around in a, baby stroller, which was funny or crazy at the same time. And then also, of course, seeing how Axel still has a big name, not only in Detroit, but also in Beverly Hills as well. How a lot of people know about Axel Foley, about what he's done in the 80s and the 90s and everything of that nature, but then also being able to see where these characters are going to go. Now, again, I'm not trying to give too much away of the movie, but it is very short and sweet to the point where you're able to figure out who's the bad guy, who's not, who's behind it all. And that was the only complaint I would say, is that you didn't really have to kind of play mind games of who was the villain of this story. That was my only complaint. But other than that, I think it was a good film. I think that if you're a fan of Eddie Murphy, I think if you're a fan of Beverly Hills Cop, definitely watch this. It is worth it. It is worth for the fourth installment of this franchise. And in all honesty, this is the Eddie Murphy I grew up watching. This is the Eddie Murphy I remember watching as a kid, from Beverly Hills Cop to Nutty Professor to other movies he's done, from like I Spy and everything of that nature. I think this is definitely the Eddie Murphy that I remember. Should be definitely the Eddie Murphy that we need to see more often. We need to see the funny, sarcastic, crazy action Eddie Murphy that we know and love. Now, again, Eddie Murphy's getting up there. We all know that. But I still think this man has a long way to go to give entertainment and bring laughs to the world still. So that is my full opinion and review of Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, on Netflix. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribing. With a big fat like the video if you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you as always on the next one.